Greetings. Peace, peace, peace. Hey, y'all, hey. Oh my God, this smells so good. Peace, greetings. Got some new oil. I'm over here in heaven. It ain't even supposed to be. I'm supposed to be using it on my hair and it smells good. Taylor, I'm using your mama oil. I'm supposed to be putting it on my scalp, but it smells so amazing. I was like, oh my God, this smells good. Let me rub this in my hands. Oh my gosh. Taylor mom made me some oil for my hair and it smells amazing. Hi everyone, peace. Ciao. I was like, wait a minute, let me rub some on my hand. This smells too good. Sad. I'm a man, listen. I'm so like obsessed with like natural aromas and smells that smell a certain way. Right? I'm putting that on everything. We gotta hurry up and get her website up so we can get this popping. We gotta get it up so we can get this popping for real, for real. Peace, everyone. Peace, everyone that's came in. Hey. I'm trying to go back. Rastafari. B. Mika. I'm doing really, really good. I cannot complain. I'm sure I could come up with something considering the circumstances, but I ain't no need to complain. I'm truly blessed. I have no idea what's in this. I didn't even ask her. That's so sad. And normally I ask people like what's in the oil, like what's in it before I put it on me. But she's all natural like me and I trust her. So soon as she get a website up or as soon as she gets something up, y'all know I'm posting it like crazy because I got like 2 sisters that are around me that make oils, and they're the only people I use the oils for. I use one particular sister for all my divination oils, and then I use now my new person, which is Hair by Rona. I'll tag her page, and maybe you can inbox her. But she has a whole system for your hair. And this oil, it's the truth. I don't even know what's in it. I don't even know. It smells so good. Okay, I got sidetracked. My bad. I was like rubbing it out. I was like, wait a minute. This smells good. Smell tasty. Peace, everyone that just came in. So I wanted to kind of just build on some of the homework assignments that we've been doing. And hopefully y'all have actually been doing the homework assignments. They have been, peace, beloved. Peace, Jay. Where you been? Miss Impact, I just talked about you. Okay, y'all. So there go the other lady that do my divination oil right there. Miss Impact, I know she about to fuss at me. She about to fuss at me probably because I probably ain't supposed to be saying that. But Miss Impact is the one that be doing my Oshun oil, and she does my my Obatala and my Yemiya. Yemiya is my favorite, I think. Thank you. I'm getting rest. I'm learning to rest now. I was in a stage where I hadn't been sleeping, y'all. I haven't been sleeping, and I was, yeah, it was beating my behind. This last phase, the final lap has been beating my behind, so I hadn't been resting or sleeping at all. And now I've learned to just sleep whenever I can sleep. Whenever I can sleep, I'll just go to sleep. I don't stress it no more. Now I'll just be like, okay, if it's 12 o'clock in the middle of the day, I'm taking a nap. If I feel tired, go lay down, take the nap. If I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning reading, that's fine. As long as I took a nap during the day. That's where I'm at now. Just so I can kind of stay balanced. Oh, there go the other girl. Okay, so Hair by Rona. If y'all see, she just popped in. She's the one that does the oil that I was talking about in the beginning. I was just talking about your oil. I was supposed to be putting it on my hair. And I was sitting here rubbing it in my hand like, oh my God, this smells amazing. They was asking me what was in it. I don't know. And I don't do that with nobody. But Hair by Rona and Miss Impact Matte, them two right there, them the oil divas. Them are the women that you go to. So you got Miss Impact is your divination oil or whatever it is that you decide that you're going to use it for. I use it for divination. And Hair by Rona is, she has a whole system for your hair. Okay, I'm done with shout outs now. So like I was saying, I was thinking about the homework assignments that I have been issuing. So the first homework assignment was, let's see. Oh, and I got the new whatchamacallit. Okay, so these are the pocket-sized journals. This is the pocket-sized journal with the planner, the daily planner in it, the divination, the goals and affirmation that you can write in there, symbolism, your calendar. So these are small, way smaller compared to the other size. The other size is about this size. So you got to look. This is small enough where you can put it in your purse or in your bag so you can take it with you. And it's not too heavy. All right. And it's crazy because I wouldn't talk about the moon. But the moon cycle in there, I'll break down what the moon means in a very basic way. If you've taken my class, you know it tells you the dates for all the moons that we have. The main ones, the ones that you should be working with. Stuff like that. But the first, you get yours Saturday. Dang, that's a long time. I'm going to have to use a different way to ship. I'm mad about that. I'll be mad for y'all. I'm sorry. That's a long time because you right there in Georgia. Yes, I'm selling the journal. So on the website, you can get this is considered the paperback version of the daily journal. You can get the workbook. This is just the workbook. So it's no journal, extra planner type stuff in it. And then I done kept the hardback. The hardback is actually about this size and it's a hardback. But it has everything that the journal has in it as well. I know, Miss Impact. I need to meet with you anyway. I need some Oshun oil and some Yemiya oil. So I need to come and link with you. Soon. I just need to see your face anyway. I feel like I ain't seen you in a long time. I haven't seen you in a long time. It feel like it. I know it is. So the first part of our assignment was, who did the assignment, first of all? Let me ask that. Who did the assignment? The first one was asking what lie or story have you conditioned yourself to believe? And what is your recreation? Okay. What a story have you told yourself to believe? And that story could be as simple, man. The thing that I've noticed and when I've been having conversation, yes, the hardbacks is on the website too. So if you look under journal, daily journal, that's where you'll see the hardback version and the paperback. If you use, I can't remember the code. Wait until I put the code up. I'll put the code up after it because y'all actually get a percentage off because we are officially at my 1 year anniversary for She Is Magic since I started doing all of this. So we're officially there. I didn't even realize it until something popped up in my timeline reminding me that I launched this phase of She Is Magic a year ago today. Wow. I didn't realize that. I got serious. This is when I got serious a year ago with y'all and sharing. It was up for probably about 2 years altogether. But yeah, it's officially a year. It's about a year this week. I was like, wow. So look at there. Look at God. But yeah, getting back to the thing, what story are you telling yourself? What story do you choose to recreate? What are we doing? I think the assignment for this week was the seat of the soul, and the seat of the soul, thank you guys, was about what are you using as your safety net, your crutch. When the universe is telling you to go forward, what are you using as your crutch? What makes you revert back to doing the things that you used to do? Okay. What makes you revert back to doing the things that you used to do? So we really have to, those two dynamics within themselves are so serious, because it actually helps us really understand what is our habits, what's our routine, what are the things that are holding us back, whether we realize it or not. Because the lie that you tell yourself, the lie that you choose to believe about who you are, what you represent, your limitations, the people around you, are the things that help you, unfortunately, create the choices that you make. It actually dictates the choices that you make moving forward. And we have to be mindful of how are we thinking, how are we processing stuff, what, like I said, lie are we telling ourselves that make us make the choice to say, it's okay for me to deal with this person, or it's okay for me to go back to smoking, or it's okay for me to have this drink to numb this pain that I don't want to deal with. Okay? What are your coping mechanisms? What are the things that you are putting in place in order for you not to deal with your truth? And the reason that it's so serious for us to really deal with these type of issues now in this time frame is because this year is going to be really, really triggering for us. All right. It's not like last year. Last year was a different type of trigger. This year is going to be like, oh, you really want to get to that destination. You really want to accomplish this particular goal. You really want to, show that you are walking in your truth, your integrity. Okay, I'm going to test you to see how committed and how disciplined you are to what it is that you say you are, to what it is that you say you're doing. So if you say that you vegan this year, trust me, you're going to be tested. Ooh. You might even have a doctor that come up and say, and I don't even know if y'all been paying attention from the health perspective, how they've been on the news a lot lately, talking about or making subliminal messages that if you're vegetarian or vegan, that they die early. That it's unhealthy for you to be vegetarian and vegan. And I was just like, oh, that's the agenda we on right now. Now we telling people not to eat healthy. Now we telling people don't eat meat. Like, no, you still need meat in your life. And I'm not getting on y'all who still eat meat or that, because y'all already know how I live my life. But this is the year that they gonna make you like really exactly hear about Rona holding you accountable. The universe is gonna say, okay, you say you want to, I'm just throwing something out. You say you want $1 million, but are you worthy of $1 million? So they're going to hold you accountable. Are you financially fit? They might give you $10,000. Can you even manage 10,000? If you can't manage 10,000, then how you going to manage $1 million? Let's be clear. All right. They'll have dynamics where, okay, you've been asking for this soulmate to come in your life, because, oh, that's y'all number one question when I do readings. When my soulmate coming? When I'm going to be in a relationship? And I'll be like, when you get your shit together. I don't say that. But that's what I be thinking, when you get your shit together. Because that's really what it comes down to. The universe is not going to bless you the way that you want them to bless you unless you actually got your stuff together. And you might feel like you're ready for your divine soulmate, your divine counterpart. But are you really ready for your divine counterpart? What are you doing to show up and show out that says, yes, I'm willing to receive what you're giving me? Where are you at? Are you still repeating the same behavior? Are you still doing the same patterns? Are you still working on yourself, trying to get yourself to a perfect foundation for whatever that looks like for you? Because nothing's perfect. to even take on a counterpart or a mate. Because then when he or she shows up, how are you dealing with them? Are you dealing with them in wholeness? Are you dealing with them from a healthy space? Or are you bringing in old shit, old patterns, old behaviors? Or even, let's even go deeper. Have you even worked out the stuff that you need to work out? So when you bring in that divine counterpart, they're meeting you where you are at. You can recognize and understand this person is coming in on the level, because we got to understand the people that we deal with, we have choices. We're either going to get the divine counterpart that is a reflection of us, or we're going to get that one that is there to teach us, to help us grow, a karmic relationship. So you got to be in a space where you recognize and use discernment to say, is this person coming in as a divine counterpart, or is this person here to teach me a valuable lesson? Okay? Are they a true reflection of me, and do I like my reflection? That's another question. Do you even like your reflection? Do you like where you're at? Because some of y'all be lying to yourself, be wanting that soulmate to come in and not being honest with, do I even like my reflection right now? Am I the type of person that I would want to date? Am I the type of person that I would want to spend the rest of my life with? Is that the person that I really want? Okay? And some of y'all gonna answer that question like, nah, I got some shit with me. I got some shit with me. Like, if you can't say that, don't be messing up other people's lives. Right. If you can't live by celestial laws, you can't live in a celestial kingdom. What was that? Mind, body, and spirit. You hit the nail on the head. Like, if you're not ready to really own all you say you are, because by now, pretty much most of y'all are walking in the energy and saying that you guys and goddesses or divine beings, divine spirits. If we saying that's who we are you acting like it? Are you holding yourself accountable? Are you standing in that truth? And what does that truth look like for you? What does that truth really look like for you? Is that truth, okay, the real truth? Or is the truth, like I said, what lie have you started telling yourself? Is it the lie that you have told yourself? Is it the story that you came up with over time to tell yourself? Peace, Mari. Witness to elevation. You say you still got some healing to do. And that's fine, because like I said, healing is a ever evolving process. There's never going to be a time frame where you feel like you don't have some healing to do. You don't have some unlearning to do. You don't have some reconditioning to do. There's going to always be a time frame that we're working on self. If you are not working on self, then you might want to be prepared for the transition. Let's keep it real. If you don't have nothing else to work on, then 9 times out of 10, it's probably about time for your transition. Probably. Unless you done got punished some kind of way. Just saying. We always going to be working on something. We always going to be working on one aspect of who we are. It just depends. There's levels to this. It just depends on what it is. There's levels to it. There's always going to be that one person that trigger the shit out of you. I don't care how high you get. It's going to be that one person that's going to trigger you to make you feel like, why I can help all these people, but I can't help you. If you a healer, or I know some of y'all can testify to this, you be feeling like you can help a whole lot of people, but the one person that you want to help, the main people that you want to help, you can't help. You can't stop them from walking in that brick wall. And I remember for me, in particular, and through my journey, especially in the early part of my journey, my dominant incarnation is water. But all my children come through under a fire energy. All my children have came through under a very fire-like incarnation. Mates, just about all of them had a very fiery incarnation. So I always be laughing, like, because they told me that this was natural, that I was supposed to be that water energy in their life. And I'll be like, why me? Why y'all can't give me, can I get a water like me? Can I get somebody that's like me? Do I gotta have fire all the time? Because they be the ones that trigger the hell out of me. But that's part of my lesson. That's part of my lesson. That's part of my lesson. It's part of my lesson. So when I do these assignments, I really, really want y'all to take time and really digest and dissect. Okay? Dissect. What lie are you telling yourself? And how can we change that story? How can we recreate that story? Okay? How can we really get to the root of who we are? Because this is the process of how we take it back and start coming back to ourselves. Because the things that we are searching for and looking for, and I'm going to say this every day, every year, is already here. It's already here. When we want to gain this peace or this sense of love or this empowerment, you already got it. It ain't go nowhere. It was there since birth. Shoot, since before you came into the universe. But now it's about, hey, let me start taking the stuff that's burying it in the ditch. Let me start removing these layers. How do I start peeling these layers back so I can get back to who I actually am and own it? Because that's really, really key. Not only acknowledging or identifying who you are, but actually owning who you are. I will say this a million times. I actually officially today just took off all the healing tools or magical tools outside of spiritual baths, because I feel like spiritual baths just do something different. I just officially took everything off my website. Why? Because I feel that I really want y'all to understand that you don't need this. You don't need this. It's beautiful. It's going to make you, it's one of my favorite crystals. It's beautiful to look at. But I know that this crystal, it doesn't have the power that everyone thinks it has without me. This crystal cannot be gently energized without me. It can't be charged without me. It can't give me the dynamics. Now, if I believe in it, and that's what typically happens, is that y'all are believing in it. You've put so much belief. But this is putting us back into religion. And that's just what I'm on right now. This puts us back into a religious mindset. Because now I'm placing power outside of who I am. So now I'm placing power in an object. I'm placing power in a thing. In this dynamic that's outside of who I am. Instead of just saying, I already possess this power, let me call upon it. And that's really what I want to see happen, is for us to start transitioning into a space where we realize we already air. We don't need a feather. We already air. We don't need a feather. We already fire. We don't need that. Because when you are so dependent on these tools, cinnamon and sage, and all of these dynamics, when you're so dependent on that, what happens when some stuff pop off? What happens when you stuck in the middle of something nowhere and you ain't got no damn sage? You ain't got no carnelian. You ain't got no cinnamon. You ain't got no candle. Okay? You ain't got your... I'ma always have some cards. I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna always... They're gonna always be something for me to do some divination with. But you ain't got no cards. Okay? You ain't got no special wands. As much as I love my wands, Lord knows I do. You ain't got no wands. what are you going to do? You just going to roll over? You just going to, die? Because it could be a life or death situation. Because you don't really believe in your own power. You don't really believe in your own ability. You don't believe in how you walk and what you walk in. Now, let's be clear. If you starting on this journey and you're a newbie, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is what helps. These cards help. It helps you hear clear. It helps you to start to decipher what they're trying to tell you because they work through symbols and messages. With these certain dynamics, whether it's a feather or whatever it is, it triggers. Okay? It triggers you. It triggers your senses. And because it triggers your senses, especially when you're new to this journey and new to this path, then it helps you to believe in the power of magic more. Because that has been conditioned out of you. You started believing that magic didn't exist in you. It exists in these fairy tales. It exists in these stories and these rare people and God and dynamics that were outside of who you are. Not realizing that they talking about you. Them stories was you. Now you wasn't a little damn damsel in distress. You was a damn powerful ass witch in the story. Okay? That was you. It was so much you. You wasn't this, like, you read the Bible, if you read it the right way, you'll understand that they talking about your own power. They're not talking about the power that is in existence outside of who you are. You have to stop looking at, even when we say you're connected to divinity, let's understand that you and divinity is one and the same. Divinity is not outside of you. You connected to source. You and source is one and the same. Source is not outside of you. You have a direct line as part of your DNA. So we got to get into a space that we start understanding our power, our ability. Start going back to what our ancestors was doing. There's people like, I keep my grandparents, both of these are my great grandparents actually, but I've always called them my grandparents because they raised my mom. I keep their picture with me everywhere I go. If I'm doing services outside of me, but I remember her for being this amazing spirit. Yes, did she go to church and was she heavily into Christianity? Absolutely. But did she know how to get outside and pick them plants? Oh, you ain't feeling good? Hold on, let me go get something for that. You got a scar you trying to get rid of? Hold on, let me go in the kitchen and make something for that. She had an unbelievable power that was so amazing. And it touched us so, it touched all of us. She had over, like, my grandma had 13 kids. 13. So it was such an amazing power that I felt from her. She was the one I was closest to out of that family. And I want us to remember those dynamics. And if you didn't have that dynamics, figure out how to reestablish that connection with your ancestors. Figure out how to establish that connection with your lineage, with the things that before you were conditioned, before you were bamboozled to believe that you didn't have any power. That now, boom, you here. Now you realize, you start to see it. You're like, damn, grandma was doing this all the time. Now I'm trying to figure out what the hell she was making. I was trying to figure out what she was mixing in her little scar remedy. My grandma had like the crazy remedy. Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of scar you had. You get that, it was gonna be gone. Peace, beloved. So I really feel like it's an importance not only for us to discover who we are, but to have things that remind us of who we are. And I feel like that starts with us. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm just so adamant about stop feeling like y'all gotta learn all of this extra shit. Not to say that it's not important. It is. Because in some way it might trigger something in you, and that's wonderful. But the real story, the real connection, the real power is in you. The real dynamic is you going to talk to your mama or your grandma or your great aunt or whoever the elder that's living, so you can figure out, like, what y'all, you was doing something, because we were taught, especially if you were melanated, we were taught to hide stuff in plain sight. We were taught to do certain dynamics when it comes to that aspect of who we were. Not in the forefront. It was in plain sight, but it wasn't in the forefront. It was hidden by other stuff. And then some of y'all got some grandparents that was just rebels as like a mug, that was just openly doing stuff that people considered as witchcraft and all of that, and juju, all the good stuff. But needing that validation, needing to be initiated, not knocking you if you do, needing all of these other dynamics and thinking that makes you more of a powerful being, is unnecessary. Baby, you are already powerful. I think me and Enchanted High, we had that conversation a long time ago. I'm like, you ain't gotta go get initiated by somebody, and Ifa probably gonna cuss me out, but you ain't gotta go get initiated to know or understand when Oshun done came to you, or to know and understand that Papa Lepa done came to you. Okay? Like, you don't need all of these dynamics. If you are strong in who you are and you do it, so you can educate yourself from a different perspective, so you can get into certain dynamics more, that's wonderful. Do you need them? No. You just need belief in yourself. You need to have blind faith in yourself the way y'all be having blind faith in the goddamn crystals. I need y'all to have blind faith in yourself the way y'all be having blind faith in some of these damn new millennial gurus that be on here. I need you to have that same, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Same energy when y'all be believing that they the truth. Listen. I'm going to say, have that same energy with yourself. Have that same belief. Have that same understanding. Have that same, power. That's why I always say, don't put that energy and that power towards me. I'm a reflection of who you are. I'm merely a reflection. I can't do nothing more than you can. There's no difference between me and you, baby. The only difference is that I believe my shit. That's it. I actually walk in and I believe it. I know who I am. I get distracted a little bit still. I'm just like y'all. I'm hard-headed as hell. That's why y'all keep... Look, that's why we gravitated to each other. I'm hard-headed as hell. I want to touch the stove. I am that child that you say, don't touch the stove. I'm touching it. I'm going to figure out how to touch it. But I know they told me not to touch the stove, but let me see if I do this. Same way that I was kind of warned that I probably don't want to speak on the things that I'm going to speak on this year, but I'm hard-headed as hell. What you gonna do? Yes, journaling to connect with your ancestors is really good. Sitting there and really believing, being outside, connected without anything distracting or interfering with that energy. Going to, like, me and my mate, I think I don't know if it was in the summer or not. We went back to like my grandmother's land. my great grandmother's land, and my grandmother and my great uncles stayed on that land. She raised all the kids on that land. I just needed to go. I was going for a different reason, and I actually gained something else from that experience. So definitely be in a space where you are willing to be receptive to what that is and what it is that connects you to your true nature. And it's only be prepared, because some of them ain't that nice. Some of y'all ancestors wasn't that nice. Some of them is mean as hell. Okay, so be mindful of how that energy works. And when I say mindful, that also means fearless. Don't walk into some damn doors and y'all some scary asses. If you scary, don't open no doors that you can't handle. Let me say this, because I don't want nobody inboxing me talking about they had some kind of crazy dream, or they seen some shadow figure, or they da-da-da-da. No. No. If you scary, you might want to wait on that. Master self first. Get yourself and your own mentality under control first. Master who you are so you know your capability, and then you can do some stuff. If you scary, stay your scary ass at home. Stay your scary ass at home. But I'm gonna come on here. If y'all got something y'all want me to build on, I think I'm gonna put up a poll to see if y'all rather for me to come on in the morning or come on in the evening. And then we'll see which time frame works. This gonna be it's a teaching year. So for me, I want to make sure that y'all get it. Okay, outside of any tool that I offer, outside of any class that I might offer, I'm only doing one class this year. And I'll probably keep that running. And that'll be the Journey to Self class. I'm only doing one class. We're working on a retreat. The retreat is going to be in July. So the more information I get on that, and when we solidify all the details on that, I'll make sure I post the flyer when we're ready. But the retreat will be in July. Only doing one course this year. And like I said, we'll probably just keep that running out throughout the year. I'm putting out multiple books this year, so y'all can expect probably about 3 more workbooks from this series, and then probably maybe 2 from the magical aspect. We're gonna get into some of y'all ain't pouring libation for your ancestors. Some of y'all skipping that whole process. I'm like, y'all ain't pouring no libation? You ain't pouring no libation? Oh my God, that's 101. Some of y'all doing some basic acknowledging and just really taking time to really connect. As much as I pick and make jokes about the crystals or whatever, you still need to have a sacred place that you have created for yourself, so you can stay within your routine, so you can stay disciplined and committed to what it is that you want to see progress within on your own spiritual life, your own empowered life, your own altered life. Okay, this is what you build it, is the altar, not only the altar in your house, but the altar within yourself. But I'm gonna keep it real simple this year. I'm gonna have to be a little simple because we got new ones coming, so I gotta be mindful. You say you shocked they ain't waking me up for missing that part. Child. Can I please speak on my perspective of smoking weed? And connecting to the true self where the ancestors went high. Ooh, baby. You must be new. Let me say this. Yeah, the weed aspect this is my dynamic with this, and I'm gonna say it in whole. Do you need it? No. Who is this? Live 80, 88, 880. I'm sorry. Do you need it? No. The chemical that is released in order for you to tap into that state is already in us. So all the weed is doing is making it easier for you to release that particular chemical in order for you to tap into the state that actually makes you go into the ancestral realm or the astral plane realm or the astral projection. All right. So you need it? No. If that is what you are using to start out with, what I do suggest is that you start weaning yourself off so you can actually do it naturally. Because it go back to what I just said. If you're in the middle of the woods, then you need to talk to one of your great elders so they can help you navigate how to save the people. I ain't got time for you to be rolling no blunt. I ain't got time for you to be, no, I ain't got time for you to do none of that. Okay? I ain't got time for you to access into that. My other issue with the weed thing and my babies that like to smoke, y'all forget that we are at war. And I don't talk about it a lot on this, but y'all forget we at war, especially the ones that are a reflection of me. Y'all forget we at war. And y'all forget that it's very easy to manipulate a community and a society and a people through our crutches, our coping mechanisms. That happens to be one of our coping mechanisms. It's not the same. When they realize that we as a community have bought so heavily into that dynamic, they have started doing some stuff that's real tricky as hell with the chemical makeup of that weed. Don't feel like because your homeboy said he got it fresh off the boat and his homeboys and da-da-da-da. Nuh-uh. I ain't buying that shit. Let's be clear. They spray the air all the time. And they spray in the air with some real interesting chemicals that are to affect the ground that we are growing our plants, our vegetables, our weed, whatever it is that you doing. It's affecting you. But that particular compound, especially if you smoking it, from a health perspective, I can go on a whole nother tangent with it. But personally, you don't need it. That chemical that you are wanting to tap into, that DMT that you want to tap into so you can talk to your ancestors, it's already in you, boo. You got more of it. Shoot. That's why they kidnapping y'all asses. That's why they taking y'all. Y'all have the ability to tap into so much because you have melanin in your body, boo. So because of your melanin, because of our capability to make and do all these amazing dynamic things, is different. Synthetics in the new weed is built to shut you down. Yes. Not only shut down your pineal gland, it's also to shut down other dynamics. Like there's stuff that's in the new weed that's attaching to y'all chemically. It's attaching to y'all chemically. Okay? And if it's attaching to you chemically, there's something wrong. When y'all so addicted to this weed, where you are like, it has become the new crack to me. And it's because I get to see it from a different perspective. I get to see it from my brothers and sisters who are ill, that are smoking, and are having a hard time coming up off of it. To the point where if it's giving you withdrawals, that should be a sign within itself. That shit ain't right for you. If you got to go through a withdrawal now to get off of it. CBD oil, I'm still out. The jury's still out. Only reason with the CBD oil the jury's still out with me on that aspect is because they promoting it too heavy. They're letting you open it up on every corner store. Like it's so saturated. That make me nervous. Like anytime that the government get on board, and I'm not even a conspiracy theory type person, but when the government get on board and they start, there's some things that I know that's going on behind the scenes to make it even more of a cash cow. I'll get worried. I get worried because I feel like we buying into our detriment. I pay attention to things from a different perspective, and for whatever reason, and I normally go with my hunches and what my gut telling me, that particular dynamic, my gut don't feel good about it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. My gut don't feel good about it. My gut is telling me that there's some more that we missing. And I just, like I said, I go back to my original statement. Sometimes I feel like we forget that we are at war. We forget. Not even just melanated people, just people, the society, the masses in general. We forget that there is a very distinct difference to the ones that are in control compared to us. Absolutely. Mullein leaf tea is one of the best teas that you can do to regenerate. Not necessarily clean. It cleans pretty good, but to rejuvenate and regenerate any damage that you've done to your lungs, if you're trying to get off of it, it's good along with St. John's wort. Both of those together can help you detox your system. Okay. Saunas, so you can get that out of your system. It depends on what kind, and that's what y'all really need to start researching. What's really in your weed? Cause weed ain't weed no more. Okay, weed ain't weed no more. Enchanted House said, is it Damien or Damian tea? It helps the respiratory, but it also has other side effects. So you got to be real careful about using a tea that's better for, like, that's typically better for your reproductive system than it is for your respiratory system. So it just depends on what are you trying to do. And like I said, you need to go back into like what kind of weed you smoking. Cause it ain't like in the 60s. This weed different. I don't even suggest you grow your own weed no more. I ain't even suggesting that. I just don't trust it right now. Unless you can know that the seed that you got, because we got hybrids everywhere. We getting fruit and vegetables it's a hybrid. So unless you know that this is an original seed, this original, okay, that's just me. I'm one of them type of people that I'm not going to blatantly put myself in a position that I know that they're using as chemical warfare. Like, I know that. I know that they're using this as a way to get to me. So why would I do that? You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to blatantly I'm not that person. I'm sorry. I ain't getting ready to. Yes, DJ Rastafari, that's a good one too. But the choice is yours, because you know, so I got some of y'all that be like, oh, well, you gonna die from something. That's the choice you choose to make. I'm not getting ready to put myself in a position that I'm gonna do anything. She said, go back to Jamaica. It's not that serious. Let's be clear. It's not that serious. Because let's be clear that Jamaica is, y'all, what's this? What type of war we under? Okay, what shift did we just go through? Do you realize that everybody that is in places that have this, they under attack? one way or another. Okay. It's a dynamic that you have to, once again, like I said, 157. You have to be in a space where y'all actually say, I'm telling y'all, they holding your ass accountable. When I tell you they gonna hold y'all ass accountable to a whole nother level, the things that is your weakness is what's getting ready to come back into the forefront. The things that are your weakness, the things that they know they can destroy you with, are the things that are going to come to the forefront. Those are the dynamics that are going to end up being your detriment. What can you not let go? What are you willing? What, like, really? Y'all really willing to sacrifice in that aspect of who you are? I'm not. I can't stop none of y'all from walking in the damn ditch or the yellow brick road or down the rabbit hole or none of that. I'm personally not getting ready to do no dumbass shit this year. All my dumbass shit was done last year. That was the end of it. No more dumb shit this year. Right? Now what I do love about the aspect of AJ talking about Akon City, I swear I hope he really get that shit off the ground. Even though if he didn't, I was like, it's unfortunate that our people don't see that we have the power to do exactly what that is. We have the power to go over there and buy up a bunch of shit and just create our own city. But we don't even want to damn get along. We can't even get along on basic shit. I can't even get y'all to stop smoking weed. So we can't get along on basic shit. I'm just playing. But yeah, you have to decide what type of clarity you working with, what type of consciousness you working with, what type of energy are you working with. How are you deciding to walk in your journey? How are you deciding to walk in your path? Knowing that there's no gray area anymore. There's no gray area anymore. Unfortunately, the more that this year progressed, in the next few years, I give y'all at least, I've been saying like 3 years. It's been my count on what I see transitioning. Got about 3 years. Get your shit together. You really don't. You should have had it together like yesterday, but you got about 3 years to really cut some shit out. Exactly. Rastafari. I just feel like we still are too weak as a people, and I hate saying that. And one of the main issues is because we don't know ourselves. We don't know our own power. We don't know our own capability. We cannot get along. We can't do basic dynamics that's in our own cities and in our own, area. We ready to go jump and move to a whole nother country, but we can't even do what we need to do here. And then we so brainwashed and conditioned and ready to buy into this comfort factor that they've given you, because they've done a really good job of making you comfortable of being a slave. Yeah, let's be clear. They've done a really good job of making you be a slave to this society. Y'all ain't leaving that. Yeah, at that part, Auntie Gigi, some people don't, they like, I ain't even taking that pill. I don't even want that pill. I'm not even going down that damn though. Okay. Yeah, we still killing us before we kill. I'm like, damn, y'all the most rowdy over some territory. You don't even own your mama house. You don't even own your mama house. Your mama don't even own that house. And y'all sitting here killing each other over territory, over somebody stepped on your sneak. They still killing people over stepping on sneakers. Don't get me worked up. Let me go back to my love and light self. See, this is why I don't talk about topics like this. This is why I don't go down this damn rabbit hole. That's exactly why I don't go down the rabbit hole. But AJ just said exactly what I say. We cannot value each other if we don't value ourselves. If we don't start the process on healing and loving and valuing who we are, the temple that we encapsulate this beautiful spirit of who we are. We don't know how to take care of this. If we are not going to value this, if we are not going to act and walk in our integrity with this, how can we truly see the value and the love and, you know, the beauty in someone else that is a reflection of this? How can we even start to get along with that energy if we're not even ready to deal with this? Y'all don't even want to deal with your heartbreak from a year ago. Y'all be sweeping that shit under the rug like it didn't happen. My women, yes, I'm about to get on y'all too. Y'all ain't even dealing with y'all rape and molestation and all the violators that have violated you from your womb. You ain't dealing with that. You still allowing these fuck niggas to damn do some shit to your womb that don't make sense. We ain't even dealt with that. We ain't even dealt with the fact that my men is still putting their damn penis in every damn thing that walk or half walk or kind of walk or in the name of you just trying to get whatever, smashing, whatever y'all calling it nowadays. We ain't even dealt with that. Or that y'all fulfilling a void because y'all don't want to deal with y'all real pain. Let's talk about that. That how my men don't want to deal with their real pain, so they either trying to fuck it away, you either trying to drink it away, you trying to smoke it away. Okay? Well, we ain't even dealing with that yet. We ain't even got to that. So if y'all ain't even ready to deal with that, how the hell you gonna move to a whole nother country so we can continue this broken ass cycle in a whole nother country? So we could continue this brokenness in a whole nother area? Nah, bruh. Keep that shit over here. Keep that same energy in the U.S. Keep that same energy here. Do not bring that to Africa. Talking about I'm going back to the homeland so I can still be fucked up. So much of me not cussing this year. Man, keep that same energy. Stay your ass over here. But we gotta deal, like, seriously, all jokes aside, we really gotta deal with the real shit first. We gotta actually really start working on our healing first. Before we even get to the camera, we can't even come to the table talking about reparations and, you know, building real shit if we can't even do basic stuff. You don't even want to deal with your real problems. And instead, now we got all these broken households with these broken ass kids, and then you wondering why little Ray Ray shooting up the damn neighborhood. I'm saying, we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of work to do. And then to even go further than that, I'll be like, we be so ready to go back to Africa, but nigga, we was here first. I'm sorry. Y'all done took me there now. We on a whole nother level now. But we was here first. We was here too. I don't know about y'all. My ancestors was here. I got ancestors from here. My ancestors was here before the white man claimed he discovered. So I got ancestors here and everywhere else. I can pick anywhere to go. But I just be like, we be quick to be claiming we going somewhere else. But you could do that shit here. What you doing? Y'all know, y'all want to throw the whole baby away. And the bathwater. Anyway, It's counting me down. So that means I need to get my ass off of here talking shit. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. Please look at the homework assignments. I'm going to repost them again in the story. And if you want the workbook, go to the website. Peace.